Hey guys, it's me, Carly, coming at you with another video, and I'm going to share my thoughts on Once Upon a Time, and I pray this video works, because my other two just keeps going silent, and this is like my 4th or 5th time recording, so I hope it works. But Once Upon a Time, yeah, I heard about the cancellation, and well, everyone does, or everyone who watches Once Upon a Time has heard about the cancellation, duh. But I can honestly say my honest feelings is that I'm not sorry to see it go, because season 7 is pretty mediocre. But I will like to point out that you get Robin Hood Jr., or whatever it is you want to call Zelena's daughter. Like, why did you name her Robin? We'll talk about that later. Yep, bisexual or lesbian character. And Eloise, who was with Robin, also bisexual lesbian character. Your representation is 2 skinny, blonde, white women. Not that that's a bad thing. Not that having queer representation is a bad thing. But it's like you had potential to do something good with it, and you didn't. I don't know why you didn't, because yeah. So for the storylines I liked Ruby being the wolf, but she accidentally ate her boyfriend, which I totally blame Granny. And I also think that was a good twist, because Granny is the grandmother of the wolf as opposed to being eaten like the original story. And I also like the fact I was okay with the Frozen storyline, but because I like the actress who plays Ingrid, and for those of you who don't know or are probably aware, she was in the Santa Claus 2 and 3 movie as Mrs. Claus, because she marries Scott Calvin and becomes the new Mrs. Claus, and she was Charlie Calvin's principal. So yeah, I like her, and I liked how they made her the aunt of Elsa and Anna, because Snow Queen, like the story with the mirrors, that's originally written by Hans Christian Andersen, and even though I don't really care for Frozen, but I kind of liked how they intertwined them. But once again, we have a more confusing family tree, which should just be a whole video of in itself, or somebody's probably gonna make a video, or no, there is a video out there on Henry's family tree, which is weird and confusing and all tangled and twisted up. But yeah, now on to, oh, and you're also canceling the show. They're also canceling the show the minute more people of color appear, like Tiana and Cinderella, or Latina Cinderella, which I'm sure that is awesome to have, which it is. But you could have also introduced Elena from Avalor and have that be the first Latina princess. Well, she is the first Latina princess, but yeah. Now on to my issues with Once Upon a Time. The queer baiting, the treatment of minority characters, specifically people of color, and I don't just mean black people, and the female on male rape, which I kind of ranted about this in my Tumblr, which is Key Loves. But the first one, the treatment of people of color, or the queer baiting. Once Upon a Time had so many opportunities to make queer couples and not just slap Ruby and Dorothy together, which I think is Ruby's slippers, I'm pretty sure. But it's like, you slap them together, they barely knew each other, and boom, they're off the show. But you but the one queer couple that you could have put together, aside from Swan Queen, was Sleeping Warrior, Mulan and Aurora. And then you didn't put those two together because she had to go be with Philip because of heteronormative BS. And Mulan is just like, okay, I'm going to cater to the white characters of this show, even though I'm a force to be reckoned with. We don't even get to meet Shang because that's how much the writers care about the Asian bisexual woman. We don't get to meet Shang. The two actresses had great chemistry together. My mouth is so crooked. I know I complain about that all the time. And then she just goes off with Robin Hood's band, and then she comes back, and then we could have had Ruby and Mulan. Nope, no Moulin Rouge. You just stick Mulan and Dorothy together. Mulan and Merida could have been great, but I will never forgive them for making me think that Mulan and Aurora were going to end up together. I feel totally queer-baited. Other potential queer couples, unpopular opinion, Captain Swan is okay, but it's like, I personally feel like Charming and Hook had better chemistry than Emma and Hook or Killian or whatever. But no, he's just okay. Plus, I feel like Emma's character died post-Hook. And yeah. And then Swan Queen, which I know is a very popular one, has great potential, but you wasted it. And Regina killed and raped Emma's boyfriend. Or raped and killed her boyfriend, yeah. And then you could have had those two together because Henry calls them both mom. They're in sync when it comes to Henry. And Regina's like, don't argue with your mother. Or your mother. I'm sorry, but I can understand how that is not taken as straight. Like, that is just gay. Like, really that's kind of gay. Really, really gay. And I mean that in a good way, not like, oh, that's gay, ha ha ha. Like, no. That is just, there is no heterosexual explanation for that. Who else? I like the idea of Regina and Maleficent, and then Elsa and Emma. I ship them. And I also liked, one of my OTPs or my OT3, Ruby and Graham and Belle, or just Belle and Ruby, because first off, Rumble is horrible. It's a very poisonous, toxic ship. And it's like he has done nothing but lie to her. He put a tracker bracelet on her. No wonder she gave up their baby. I don't blame her because Rumple has just not learned crap. And he's controlling, and I totally would not want him anywhere near Belle. And I'm glad Belle is off the show because then I don't have to look at Rumble. But if you would have put Belle and Ruby together as a couple, then you could have had you could have still had the Beauty and the Beast portion, with Ruby being the Beast, like, because she's part werewolf, and Belle being Belle, and then we could have queer Beauty and the Beast. No, you didn't do that either. Red Snow would have been good. Emma and Red. Yeah, potentially interesting queer couples. And you do nothing. And Mila deserved better than to be put into the ocean by Rumple. Also, speaking of Rumple, when it comes to manipulating people, he's very good at it, and I shipped him with Cora. But no, Cora had to die. But the other problem is like, I can't believe Rumple betrayed us. Why did he lie to me? And it's like Anna said, that's all he does is lie. Why is everyone... Well, I don't understand why at this point everyone is shocked that Rumple lied to them. Because he's done that all throughout the seasons. It's consistent trait of his, and he's great as a villain. But stop acting so surprised, because y'all look so stupid. So, yeah, Rumple just, like, expect Rumple deceiving you, and I don't know why they take his word at face value when all he's done is lie. And then they're shocked that he betrayed them, which was something he's always done, because he's always been a liar. They just either Rumple is really that convincing, or the cat, or the characters around Rumple are just that stupid. They're like so stupid. But yeah, that's one of my other issues. Everyone being stupid and believing Rumple. Another issue... Okay, so I named all the queer ships Rumple. Oh, the treatment of people of color. Yeah, they kill off every person of color. Mulan, bisexual woman, Asian woman, is like written off the show, and it gets no happy ending. It doesn't have... I'm not saying she should have a love interest, but she gets like no closure. Which they did her so freaking dirty in Once Upon a Time. Gus Gus dies. Ursula, black woman, beautiful voice. Written off, never seen again. She's a one-off character. Lancelot dies, comes back, Cora shapeshifts into him, and then like dies again or comes back, and then he like goes away. Merlin, the almighty powerful Merlin, gets his heart ripped out and crushed by a hook and dies. Guinevere dies. Tara? See, I can't even remember Neil's girlfriend's name, who believed in magic. Yeah. Turns out to be an evil bitch and dies because Rumple kills her. I'm sorry. Let's see. Marion, another woman of color, sacrificed at the expense of a white woman so that Zelena can rape Robin Hood. Dies. Actually, she gets killed twice. Sorry. She gets killed twice. Once by Regina in the original timeline, and then once when Hook and Emma try to save her coming back. Yeah. And then Zelena shapeshifts into her, and for some reason allows her heart to freeze, which someone did point out that was a plot hole, which I guess it is. So that was confusing. But Once Upon a Time is full of plot holes. Who else? Oh, Black Rapunzel. Fucking remade. Sorry, I shouldn't swear. But remade into Lady Tremaine / Rapunzel, which I don't even get. No, Black Rapunzel, one-off character. The Tin Man. What is that actor's name? He's been in Boy Meets World as John Turner's best friend. Julio Mendez? I think that's his name. Or was that his name on The Flash as the cop that ends up getting killed? And he was on the original Flash with John Wesley Shipp. What the heck is his name? If you know his name, put it down in the comments below. Yeah. One-off character. Who else? Yeah, so all the POCs just either die or just get written off. Let's see. Hold on. Sorry. Oh, okay. Now for the female on male rape. Like, there's 3. Hold on a minute. There's been 3 of those. Regina raped Graham, Zelina raped Robin Hood, and now Gothel raped Hook. And I'm still not quite sure if Zelina raped Rumple, but I probably wouldn't put it past her since she was controlling him with her dagger. His dagger, excuse me. Okay. Regina, and none of this is addressed. Like, Regina takes Graham's heart, like, literally rips it out of his chest, wants to have sex with him, but he cannot give full consent, therefore it's rape. And then 28 years later, she still has his heart in Storybrooke, and then he kisses Emma and starts to remember he's the huntsman, and that he realizes he doesn't have his heart. And the minute that he gets with Emma, Regina kills him, because Regina's like, if you ever try to run away from me, all I have to do is squeeze, as in implying that she'll kill him, and she does kill him. And it's never addressed, and Adam and Eddie are like, well, but it was fully consensual. It was not consensual. He did not have his heart, he could not give consent, therefore it's rape. Zelina shapeshifted into Marion and raped him until she got pregnant, and then named the baby Robin. Like, why did she name the baby Robin? You named your daughter Robin after the father that you raped to have that baby. And then then she grows up in whatever frickin' realm they're in, and she's like, hey, Aunt Regina. And Aunt Regina is not like the slightest bit weirded out or saddened by the fact that Zelina raped her boyfriend, her sister's boyfriend, to have that baby. Zelina raped her sister Regina's boyfriend to have that baby. And I know I keep repeating that, but that is just, and you had to sacrifice a woman of color at the expense of a white woman again, which happens way too often. And then you have Gothel rape Wishhook because she needed to get out of the tower, and in order for someone to stay in the tower, she needed someone in her bloodline to take her place. And once again, it's never called into action. It's never called out that what she did to Wishhook was rape. And I don't know why, but apparently you can rape a guy. Rape can happen 3 times on the show, or 4, depending on if Zelina raped Rumple. But no, it's never called out as rape at all, which is really, really weird and disturbing. And yeah. Oh, my last issue is Emma and how they made Emma look, or how they like weaken her. And a lot of people don't like Emma. I personally like Emma, and I get like the whole fighting for the adoption thing, but can we just talk about why does Emma Swan seem like Emma Swan from post Hook until the end of this season, or the last episode she was in, she looked disheveled, she looked awful, her hair looked awful, and I'm not saying that she has to be all dolled up, but like, it's like she didn't even try to take any pride in her appearance. She just looked like absolute crap. Sorry. I don't know what it is about her. She just seems different. She seems like a former she just seems like a former empty hollow shell of her former self. Because Emma was the one who, when she was kidnapped and tied up, she wasn't crying. She wasn't quivering. She knocked the Mad Hatter out, unconscious. She hit the Mad Hatter over the head with something heavy. She was the one helping free the orphans from Neverland. And she took a shotgun to a dragon. Like, that's the Emma I know, with the cool leather jackets and her outfits were cooler. She had cool leather jackets. Her hair was nicer and more, she looked more put together. But her wedding dress was the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Like, that was the ugliest wedding dress. I don't know why, but it just was not a good look on her. It looked too constricting. And I know people like change and go through development, but that's not an excuse to make them look terrible unless she's like depressed. And then season 4 through like 6, when they tried to save Hook from the underworld and failed, she cried, and she spent half her time crying over Hook when they were together. And like, I liked when the Snow Queen was with him, Ingrid, to try to unlock Emma's true powers, and then I miss her and Elsa's friendship, even though I don't really care for the Princess Elsa, but I liked her and Emma's friendship. And I liked Emma and Graham, which is like my OTP. My forever canon OTP. But I have more crack ships on Once Upon a Time than I do actual canon ships. But towards the end, you just made Emma look terrible, and you should have ended it in season 6, where everyone was gathered around and eating and having a happy family dinner or whatever, and like, we're family, we're all together, united, ha ha ha. But no. Instead, you just did nothing good. You just made Emma look like frickin' crap. I'm sorry, but she looked like hell towards the end of her last days on Once Upon a Time. R.I.P. Emma, at least to her character, from seasons 1 to like part of 3, and then she started like going downhill. So yeah, a storyline that I didn't care for was the Regina and Jekyll and Hyde storyline, because trying to cut the evil parts out of yourself just doesn't work, and you can't fully get rid of the bad parts. You have to embrace, you have to love yourself in spite of everything you've done. Learn to love yourself first. That was my whole problem with the Jekyll and Hyde storyline. But finally, Regina realizes the person she hates most is herself, so she takes her clone, the evil queen, and then her heart, and then like transfers love and absorbs some of the queen's darkness. So yeah, but I just didn't like the Jekyll and Hyde storyline. That was my least favorite, probably, out of all the storylines. The Camelot arcs were fun because I love seeing the cool costumes. Also, I know it was Dark Swan, another rant about Emma, I'm sorry, but why did you give her such an ugly dress and make her look disoriented and like a hobo? Okay, well, not like a hobo, but you kind of made her look awful. You couldn't have put her in something feminine, like the time she traveled back in time when she had that beautiful red dress, or like a flash of her being raised by her father, if she were raised by her father and she had like that beautiful dress with swan feathers. You could have done something like that, but a little darker for Emma. You had to make her look like, why'd you make her look like such crap? I hate it. I absolutely hate it. There's no reason for Emma Swan to not look good. She looked okay in the forest when she was singing, but next time, put her in something cuter. Or, like, give her new makeup, people, because she did not have to look disheveled. Sorry, I probably spent most of it bagging on Emma Swan. But let me know what you guys think of this video, and if you like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And leave suggestions, and have a good one.